Hello everybody, welcome back to myself, James the Blade 97. This is my Game Week 2 review, which will be closely followed by the Game Week 3 preview in the second half of the video. But it's not just been like the normal preview like you saw last week. I'm actually going to talk about transfers a bit and maybe open the transfers, show you what I'm thinking of doing, because there's just certain things I'm thinking about right now that not many people seem to also be saying, but I just think they're good ideas. Anyway, let's get into the review. And so 79 points overall. Had 2 transfers in this week, so I got -4 taken off my total. But yeah, still got 79 points in the actual team. But I would be on 157 overall instead of 153 if I'd not made the transfers. I did. I mean, Aguero got most of my points basically. Like a lot of other people, I was sitting there thinking, oh, I've got a good week this week. But then I was sorry, and I was also thinking, well, have I? Because if there's no Aguero there, I'm in trouble. Let's say I just picked Aubameyang instead of Aguero or something, I'd be in big trouble. So it's not really a consistently great performance. It's a bit disappointing, really. See there, Van Aanholt got 0. So let's just talk through the teams. The teams as a whole. Foster and Fabianski got the same points in net, so that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I was struggling to decide who I wanted to put in. I think actually Foster was probably the most wise because, I don't know, like they only conceded 1. And Burnley don't score that many goals, in my opinion. I expected Bournemouth to do better against West Ham than I did Burnley against Watford. And Watford did win. It's a shame it wasn't a clean sheet, but can't control everything. Fabianski probably not going to make it into my team in future unless he's playing someone really poor. Ake, he is not my favourite guy, I'm not going to lie. He's not been great for me so far. Looking back at it now, it's just a bit of a silly pick because he's a centre-back at the end of the day. I know he's like not your average centre-back, but he just doesn't, I don't know, he doesn't seem to get an assist or anything. I know it's 2 weeks in, like, so it's just the way he plays. I never think, oh, he might get one. Whereas with Mendy and Van Aanholt, I do. Mendy gets 8. Mendy's now a must. I mean, look at that, 4 assists in 2 weeks from Mendy. That is unbelievable, isn't it? That is, I didn't actually realise he got 2. And that's obviously because they conceded, he didn't get the clean sheet points. But yeah, 2 assists. Geez, 4 in 2 weeks. He was on my bench last week, finally got him in the team this week. And I'm happy I did so. Van Aanholt, poor, obviously, poor. I'm trying to think, he got a yellow card as well. Yeah, that makes sense, so he got 0. Not good. What was that? What does NT mean? Net transfers. Does that mean in or out? Yeah, in, yeah. I don't know, I'm not sure there. Right, anyway, that's the defence. Pretty weak overall, but Mendy's obviously done well. I'll talk about Wan-Bissaka as well. Keep him. Don't get rid of him, for God's sake. Just keep him. I know he got a red card or whatever, but that he'll be fine. He'll be back in the team, no problem, eventually. So, just bear with him on that one. They played well as well, so I don't think Hodgson will drop him. They actually looked alright against Liverpool. It wasn't like normal when people play Liverpool and get battered. I did predict that in my preview last week, and this is why I had Aguero captain rather than Salah. Salah was the most popular captain this week. I'm not really sure why. Having said that, Salah did get 9 points, so there we go. 2 assists. One of them was getting fouled for a penalty though. Like Salah this week, I didn't think actually did that well, but he did still get the points, so I can't really say anything. But obviously, I'm happy I've got him, but it's just a bit of a pointless one to have for me. Well, not pointless, but a boring person to have because he's just getting the same points that everyone else is getting. So unless he's your captain, you're not really going to gain much against people. Keita again didn't get points. He got his clean sheet point, but he didn't get an assist or a goal. I did predict like there'd be more goals than there were, but I don't know. Well, the thing is, I predicted I did 2 contradictory things. I sort of said, Palace have got good defence. It won't be that many, but then I've also, when I'm looking at attackers, I say, well, they might score plenty of goals. I think with Keita, he was more hopeful that he'd do something rather than I thought he would. But I feel like the next week, I think they're playing Brighton at home. I think he's going to surely get an assist that game. If he doesn't, I have to look at getting rid of him because he's obviously not getting involved enough. Even though he looks so good, when the actual goals come, he's not about. I don't know. Richarlison. Don't really need to mention much on this bloke. Solid 9 points. Played exactly 85 minutes in both games, which is weird. 3 goals in 2 games. brilliant. 9 points is fine. Absolutely, I'm thrilled with him. He's probably been my best player so far. I mean, I suppose Aguero has been, hasn't he? But yeah, Richarlison's been fantastic. For his price, has been amazing. Bernardo Silva this week didn't actually get anything. Disappointing. I'm going to keep my eye on him though. I think he'll be okay as long as he stays in the team. I think he'll get points. And he's just very cheap for Man City midfielder, so that's why I like him. Zaha, wasn't expecting him to do anything this week, but he didn't. Obviously, it's nice when your players surprise you. He didn't. I'm not angry about it. What is a shame is that Arnautovic did score and Zaha didn't, because obviously those two are like the two that get swapped. Everyone seems to have at least one of them. You know what I mean? And it's either do you want, because they're both the same price. It's like Zaha or Arnautovic. So now I think him and Arnautovic are sort of even now. Whereas after last week, Zaha was obviously ahead because he'd scored. Let's just go to Firmino before we talk about Aguero. Actually, Firmino, I want to mention, like, he's starting to concern me slightly. He doesn't. I know he got the assist last week, but he doesn't look right when he's going forward. I don't know. There's something about it. He doesn't look like he's involved like he was last year. Keita is, especially for me, because Keita's getting so involved running things forward. I don't know. Firmino doesn't. I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm 99% sure that he will be fine, but I do have a little doubt in the back of my mind. Is he worth 9.5 million? This is my problem. But for now, he's going to stay. I'm not going to mess around. I just want to. Liverpool score so many goals, to have their central striker is probably not a bad idea. He's going to get some goals eventually. Aguero, captain. Yeah, what can I say? 3 goals and assist. Didn't even play the full 90 minutes. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. This is why I didn't panic after last week. And also, Aguero actually getting this amount of points after being a bit concerning last week has given me the confidence in my mind to look at players like Firmino and Keita and think they'll come good eventually, because he really has come good. I mean, I bet you a few people transferred him out, not many, but I bet you a few people did after last week because he didn't score. People take that. You know, the first few weeks are the worst thing. I mean, it's like anyone bringing in Pereira from Watford is just strange to me, really. I mean, I think at Watford anyone can score the goals. One thing I would say is getting a Watford player might not be a bad idea because they've had some good 2 performances starting off the season. They look like a good team. So if they've got players who, if you want a cheap striker, get like Deeney or Gray, or in midfield you could get Pereira. I'm not going to stop you, but don't expect him to be like 2 goals a week, you know. I'm not really sure who else play. Oh, Decore, he gets involved quite a lot, doesn't he? Yeah, throw him in your team. Get what if you've got space, and you've got a lot of money elsewhere, you need someone slightly cheaper. Get a Watford player. That would be my advice. I'll just talk through the bench then. I've talked about Fabianski, I've talked about Wan-Bissaka. Bennett, yeah, this guy's played 90 minutes twice. That's purely the reason I've got him. He's 4 million and he's playing. Will that carry on? I don't know. I'm sure Dendonka's going to have to replace this guy at some point, but we'll see. And Højbjerg's not played a single minute yet, which is worrying. Although Southampton have played poorly so far, so hopefully they might think, oh, we'll chuck this guy in. He was like my shout at the start of the season, but he's just not been playing, so he's going to go eventually, I'm sure of it as well. So that's the points overall. I've actually moved down. I've not moved up in any leagues, which is weird, isn't it? So 79 isn't actually that great, I don't think, really. It's not bad, but it's not good. So let's look at my team then. So now we've game week 2 is done. We've covered it. Let's go to my team and look at next week. Now, you see at the moment I've got triple captain activated. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this right now and save. I did this on Monday night. I don't really know why I would do it on Monday night because Liverpool didn't look that amazing. But another thing that's sort of hit the back of my mind a bit is the fact it's against Brighton. Now, they are at home and they probably will win 4-5-0. But I don't want Brighton to do it against Man U again and be kind of solid. Like, I mean, I know Man U are much worse than Liverpool, especially right now. But, especially in terms of goal scoring and stuff. Like, they don't threaten as much, do they, at all? But still, Brighton are on a wave. They won't be afraid of Liverpool now. After beating Man United 3-1, they won't be afraid of Liverpool. I just think my prediction is still Liverpool to win by 3 goals or 4 goals, but I need to be careful about just using my triple captain on this week. Like, it's quite a big thing to use. You get one a year or whatever. I don't just want to. I think it's a little bit. I want to do it when I'm really sure there's going to be something on the table. Actually, Aguero at Wolves might be a good shout because Wolves don't look that great, do they? But I'm obviously not going to triple captain him there. I think that's pointless. It's got to be a home game for sure. It's got to be against someone weak like Cardiff or someone. But Brighton, for me, if they hadn't beaten Man United, I would probably be playing it. But no, overall no. See there, Salah captain, playing Brighton. Yeah, so let's go through my team. So in net, I'm always going to Foster over Fabianski. Foster's played all 3 weeks for me. Fabianski's not got the team yet. And also Foster has... Oh, am I lying there, actually? Am I lying? How do you go back to previous game weeks? There we are. Who did West Ham play? Oh, yeah. Foster's been in my team all 3 weeks. Let's just go back to those fixes because I want to look at them in a minute. Foster, going to be in there. Palace, this is probably one of the hardest weeks to have this Foster-Fabianski combination. I feel like neither of them are going to get a clean sheet. So, yeah, but Foster's obviously the better choice. They're at home, and Palace are probably worse than Arsenal, aren't they? But, yeah, Pereira, he's a new transfer for Ake. Finally got rid of Ake. I say finally, but I've only had him 2 weeks, I know, but then it's always been on the back of my mind, I've not got 3 good defenders. Now, this Pereira guy might end up being the best. I mean, Mendy probably will, but Pereira is playing right wing, basically. He's playing midfield. Well, not midfield, but you know what I mean? He's playing on the right midfield. He's not playing right back, certainly not. So, and he scored this week. I'm not bandwagoning on him because he scored. I've literally got him in because I know he plays right midfield. Now, I wanted to get him in the first week. I probably should have done. I don't know why I didn't. So he's new transfer. He's in the team. Southampton away. Southampton haven't looked that good. I think Pereira could do something there. Probably will concede, but he might score. So Mendy, I don't really need to say anything about him. He's going to be in the team, obviously. I mean, the team is the same as last week. Exactly the same. There's no changes. The bench is the same. And I'm not going to move Wan-Bissaka down the bench because what's the point? Bennett's still option number 2. So he's still going to come in. Doesn't matter if I put Wan-Bissaka free. Mendy, Wolves away. I fancy them to get a clean sheet. I fancy them to win 2 or 3-0. I just don't think Wolves are that good. All these new players and stuff are obviously good individual players, but I don't even know if it is the classic thing of like a lot of new players come in and it doesn't really work. I don't know if because that's just the easy answer, isn't it? I don't think it is just that. I don't know. I feel like these players just don't work. There's something about them. They still feel like I'm starting to look at them more as like a promoted team than like a threatening team, and it's just something about the way they are. Something I just don't like about them. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Wolves at the moment in terms of fantasy football. Van Aanholt, Watford away. Could be the exciting game. We've obviously got Foster in net, which is a bit strange, but yeah. For me there, Van Aanholt's fine. He's a good player. He's going to keep playing as well. Schlupp is a good option, I think, by the way. I'm very tempted to get Schlupp because he's playing on the left. He's like Pereira, he plays midfield, and he's less than Van Aanholt. So is Schlupp better? Maybe. I'm really tempted to do that switch, Van Aanholt to Schlupp, and I get money out of it as well if I do that. So it's a really, really tempting option. Salah is the captain against Brighton. I just hate the idea of having to captain Salah every week. It's really boring to me because everyone does it. Everyone will be doing it. Pretty much everyone in my leagues will be doing it this week, and it's just annoying. It is just boring. It really is boring to me. But I'll talk about this when I get to transfers and what I'm considering doing if I play a wild card soon. I've got a plan. Keita's still in there. Brighton at home. All Liverpool players will go to Firmino as well. Brighton at home. It's a doable game, isn't it? As much as I am concerned about Brighton maybe doing something, it's only a precaution, and it's only based around my triple captain because it's a one-off thing, and I don't want to. And if there's any chance it might be a waste, I don't want to take that chance. So I'm still confident. Keita is going to be key again, as he has been in the past 2 games. Shame he hasn't been key in terms of fantasy football. If you're looking at fantasy football, Keita hasn't done anything, but in actual fact, he's been controlling a lot of these games. So he stays because I'm sure the way he's playing, he's got to get points eventually. It's just the law of averages or whatever. Like after so many games playing like that, you've got to get things. You've got to get goals. You've got to get assists. It's just going to have to happen surely. Richarlison, I'm predicting him to do nothing this week, but Obviously, still going to be on my team in case he does, but I just think this guy can't keep scoring goals like he is. He'll be the top scorer. That's not going to happen, is it? Surely not. But who knows? Bournemouth away as well. It's going to be an exciting game, more than likely. Bournemouth normally have games that have 2 goals either way in them and stuff like that. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy to keep Charleston there just for that fact. He might get an assist or something. He surely won't score again. I mean, it's just getting crazy. Bernardo Silva's in there. He stays. He remains. Wolves away. They're going to score, I predict, 3 goals as a team against Wolves. Man City will. And hopefully Silva can get involved in that. Sterling, by the way, didn't play this week, which is worrying if people have him. Silva actually looks like he's starting every week. That's why he's in there. It's not even because I've watched him before he's that good. He just literally plays Man City every week in a reasonably attacking place, so he might get points. And he's not that expensive. That's why I've got him. Like Sané, Sterling, De Bruyne, obviously De Bruyne's injured, but those sort of players actually, you're not guaranteed. It's really weird. So yeah, that's why Silva's probably the best option right now. Zaha, Watford away. Obviously we spoke about that. I fancy that to be like 1-1 or something. But Zaha's 7 million striker. He's actually my third-rate striker. He's not a bad third-rate striker, is he? He might score, he might not. I'm not going to go crazy if he doesn't. Aguero, I want a goal out of him this week, even though he's just done amazing for me. And I won't take him out if he doesn't, but I am expecting 1 goal from Aguero. I think that's reasonable. I just wish Pep Guardiola wasn't such a fan of Jesus. Like, everyone knows Aguero's miles better than Jesus, but for some reason, he's always just worried that Guardiola's going to drop Jesus and put Aguero in. It's just crackers. And I don't actually think it happens that often, but it's always a discussion point. Oh, is Aguero going to play? The guy's just got a hat-trick, and there's literally discussions online about will he start next game. It's just madness. And then Firmino in there, yeah, similar thinking of Keita and Salah. They're probably going to score goals. I mean, a lot of my fantasy football is based on not who specifically scores the goals, but just who is in the team. I don't look at past goal scoring records or anything like that. I just look at, does his team score goals? Yes. Does this guy play near the attack for this team? Could he get something? Yes. He's going to be in. Like, if we're being honest, looking at Firmino, you don't expect goals at the moment because he's not scored all season. But, you expect when they play Brighton, he might get in on the action. That's the thinking behind it. And that's why I'm never going to transfer someone like that. So, speaking of transfers, I'm not going to talk about the bench. There's nothing really to talk about. Bennett's going to get battered, isn't he? If he even plays, and Højbjerg won't play. Let's quickly look at transfers, and I'll show you what I am thinking about doing. Now, it sort of changes every time I do this, but the main thing I'm going to do, or thinking of doing, is this. No Salah. Because that gives you so much more money to play with. So let's just say I had a wild card right now. We'll take Van Aanholt out as well. And we take Højbjerg out. And we take Firmino out, I think it was. This is sort of like the players. I think I'm going to keep Keita around. Oh, no, I'm not keeping Keita. I'm keeping Firmino. I'm not keeping Keita. And it would be Liverpool. Liverpool would still be heavily involved, so don't get... This is the problem I'm having. So Mane is going to come in. Now, this is sort of based off the fact he scored 3 in 2 weeks, but it's also to the fact that Liverpool score 5 goals. Salah never gets the hat-trick. I know he scored 33 in a season, but like the goals get shared. And I think for the 30 million price tag, it's not worth having Salah. I don't think it is at this point. 30 million is a hell of a lot for one player when you've got someone who's going to get a similar amount of goals for 3 million less. So I'm keeping Mane around. I'm just keeping Mane around. On top of that, we need... Bennett might go as well, actually. And then who was the guy? Yeah, so we're going to go to Crystal Palace and get Schlupp in. And in midfield, I was looking at Pedro, but apparently Pedro won't actually stay in the team. So this is as far as I've got. I wanted Mane and Schlupp. I don't really want Keita, to be honest. Now, by the way, this is going to happen this week. I'm not doing this week. So it's all speculative still. We'll remain to be seen what's going to happen next week. Hazard hasn't been coming on for me. Hazard surely starts this week. I'm going to wait till he gets a start before I even think about bringing him in, though, because he's just too weird with what's going on there. And Chelsea are playing well, so I don't know. Maybe they won't keep him around. Yeah, I mean, another thing is I just wanted to vary the team up a little bit. Spurs. Yeah, I think it's Lucas. Lucas is the one. I've had him before. And there we go. Yeah, so he's in. And then let's go to Watford. And get Helebas in defence. I think this is like roughly what I would do, by the way. There's no... This is sort of off the top of the head now. And then look, then we've got 8.5 million spare for a midfielder. Sort by price. That's price of 9, let's say, and then we'll see all the... You've got Ozil, David Silva, Pogba, Ramsey, Willian, those sort of players. And this would leave me a lot of spare money, wouldn't it? Like I've got, let's say Mkhitaryan, a lot of people have him at the moment. Put him in, and I've still got 1.6 million left. So you see what taking Salah out can do for you. And look at that defence there now. All 5 of those players could play, and I could use my bench boost or whatever. This whole team will start. You know what I mean? And I've still got Mane in there, which is massive. I just think things look better like this. One place I could change is the strikers. But I just think Firmino is a premium forward still. I don't care what anyone says. 11. Yeah, you got Aubameyang, yeah. He's been playing 90 minutes. He will start scoring goals hopefully soon. They've got easier games coming up. In fact, Aubameyang and Aguero, yeah, that's probably what I'd do. Aubameyang would come in. I'm not saying that midfield would remain the same as it is now, but it would be pretty close. Yeah, I like that team now. I'm looking at it. Doesn't look bad. Yes, there's no Salah. It's a big problem, but I think that team is superb right now, and that's not even being fully thought out yet. Like that's just like sort of off the top. If I actually sit down and plan this, I feel like that team is. I feel like I'm going to get an even better team than I've already got drafted up here. And the only thing that's not in there is Salah. I mean, who are we missing? Let's say if we press make transfers, so we're losing. We're not losing many good players, are we? We're losing Van Aanholt, but we're getting Schlupp. Losing Salah, but we're getting Mane. Losing Keita and Højbjerg, but we're getting Mora and Mkhitaryan. And we're losing Firmino to get Aubameyang. And who else is it? Oh, Bennett's coming out for Helebas. This just seems too perfect. Do I do it? I'm thinking of doing it right now. Let's just check the 7 million defenders. I don't know if Mora is the best one. Look at the 7 Tosson. Has he actually scored yet? Don't think he has. He got an assist. Yeah, I think he actually might start scoring, but I'm not going to get him. Midfielders 7. Lallana's a no. This Jack and Bash guy, what the heck? Was gross 7 million to start with. Wow. I would not be picking him up at that price. Look at all this. Look at all these drops. Right. I'm going to do it right now. We're getting more. Forget it. Play wildcard. Let's go. Confirm transfers. Play wildcard. Done. Wow. Big changes. Good changes. The preview has sort of gone out the window a bit there because I've actually just played my wildcard. But no Salah just gives me so many more options. I like this team and it's more varied. I've got more games that I can look at. This is good. This is good thing. This is good stuff. Schlupp's at Watford away. Tempted to play him over one of the other defenders, but yeah, look at that as a whole. Like that's a better team. I'm certain that's a better team. The wild card's been played earlier than I wanted to, but we've played it. I've sort of been encouraged into it just by comparing that list because no Salah gives you everything. Could I regret this? In fact, just as a whole, yes, I could regret it because Salah is impossible to bring back in almost now because I'd have to get rid of 2 players and bring in one excessively cheap one. So I'd have to take out Silva and bring in like the worst midfielder in the league. So yeah, I'm going to have to keep... and also, only one Liverpool player now. No Keita, no Firmino. This will be the week where Salah, Keita and Firmino will score. I'm sure it will. But I don't know. Anyway, looking forward, things do look good. I'm confident in this team. I am... Now I look at it, I do think maybe take Mkhitaryan out, bring back in Keita maybe, or bring in Firmino. Again, I don't know. I just don't know what to do. But I must admit, the one thing, the only bad thing about this team is there's not as enough Liverpool representation. But we'll see. I'm still happy with it. I'm still keeping it this way. There's definitely no way Salah's ending up back in this team. And yeah, anyway, thanks for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed me spontaneously change things in my team. And I will see you next time.